or whatever. We got.
That is a very nice.
Yeah,
candid.
she was.
That's a very nice candid.
Look, we're gonna try to behave out here.
Oh, we're live. I am most likely going to have to hold back a sneeze or a cough. I'm gonna let everybody know my allergies are kicking my ass. Okay, so
hey, a sneeze and a cough is a big deal these days.
It's a big deal. So can I, let me make sure I do that. That way,
Disclosure. Kevin's got allergies, y'all. That's it. That's all it is.
Okay, yeah. COVID test and everything. Took my COVID test before I came down here. Negative. But your boy got these allergies.
Yeah.
And they got the fan on out here, just blowing all this pollen in my face.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah. But it's all good.
I feel good.
It's all good.
But hey, welcome to the A.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
I had a chance to grab a hold. This is Mr. Kevin Gray. You've probably seen him in these streets. And he is one of the individuals that's in the next book, Understanding a Man, Memoirs of a Father. I keep saying of a father, like I don't even know my own book. From Memoirs from a Father to His Son. And of course, it is a combination of video and text. And you'll definitely see some bombs that Kevin dropped in there. 10-year daddy. How old is your son?
6 years old.
6 years old.
But going on 25.
Before we even do that, can you give everybody, I guess, the elevator version, who you are in these streets, where they can find you, all that good stuff?
Absolutely. Kevin Gray. Actually, what I do for a living, I am an insurance agent. Represent different carriers, have my own brick and mortar location out in Charlotte, North Carolina. You can actually reach me at Instagram.com/KDG23 or Instagram handle KDG23, Facebook.com/KDG23. And in Charlotte, but I'm in Atlanta right now, so what's happening?
And if you see him in Charlotte, you might see this guy zooming by on a bike. This is one of the dudes that picked up the biking during the pandemic.
I did.
They got a whole fraternity. You know what I'm saying?
I got my bike right before the pandemic went crazy.
That's real.
So
That's real. I ain't mad.
That was a good move. That was a good move.
So, dad for 6 years.
Yes, sir.
What has been probably, I guess I could take this off my head. What has been the biggest joy of being a father, would you say?
Man, the biggest joy of being a father is, obviously, you know that my father passed the exact same day my son was born. So I think that every dad who prays for a son, he prays for that son because he wants to have a chance to do life over again.
Right.
And I see so much of me and my son, but I also see a lot of my dad and my son.
Right.
And just having the opportunity to, just know a piece of him, even if it's a small piece of him, is still here. It's just really a joy. So, he's definitely an individual. He's his own young man growing into a grown man. But
he looks like he got a great life because Kevin, they be everywhere, man.
Yeah, we do.
All types of things. I'm like, man, I want to be a kid again.
We do. And that's the thing. I mean, I'm learning from people like yourself, more tenured than me.
Been around a little while.
We'll touch on that later. But I'm seeing some of these other dads on social media, and I'm like, man, these guys are really on the ball. And when I see them giving their kids experiences, it's like, okay, I want to give my kid that same experience.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I've actually had people say that to me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, before they had children, they were watching me with mine because I've been in these daddy streets for 21 years. So that's crazy. I got a whole 21-year-old. So, but I guess, years back, I had people say, hey, I used to, when I was tying a tie with my son, they were just like, man, I can't wait to do that one day. And I just, even stuff like that I kind of took for granted. I was just doing. And somebody else was like, man, I can't wait to do that with my son. So I know people are doing that with you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean,
making dad look easy and good.
Exactly.
Well, it is good, but it's tough moments, obviously, but you make it look easy.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay.
The food is here.
Okay, good. Salmon's over there.
Salmon's right here.
I'll take this right here. Bam. Thank you.
Trying to eat healthy, y'all.
I don't have the healthiness. I got fries and Daggone it.
Hoochie Daddy short season is underway. Never forget it.
Man.
Lord, thank you.
You got
Bless
the dad.
the food.
Amen. You got what kind of shorts are they saying that those are?
Hoochie Daddy shorts. I'm wearing the light version. I can't do all the. No, not right now. Not right now. Don't
say. Hold on.
No,
Buckhead.
No. I'm talking about like, you know, I think the Hoochie Daddy shorts are like 5 inches. You know, I'll do 7. You know, I'm not doing the 5 inches. You know, you're not seeing that much thigh out of me.
I haven't. I don't know. I don't. It's got to go below the knee for me. You know, that's me.
Yeah.
So above the knee. If I'm golfing, I can, you know. But I have like 1 or 2 pair like that. But other than that, or like kind of like the ties, how you got on there, like that's me right there.
Right.
Like, and I think really, you know what? So as a father, raising a son. Are there certain things that we need to keep sacred from a masculinity perspective? This is straight off the cuff since we came up with it. From a masculinity perspective, or is it, or do you embrace the culture that some are promoting of, you know, things that we might find different?
Right.
That's the best way to put that.
Right. Well, this is the thing, man. There's certain things I have not had to address yet, and I'm still trying to learn how to address those things. We do have family members or close friends that my son has been around, and you know, we've been fortunate to not have that conversation with them to not put us in the predicament to have to speak to him and explain some things. You know, when that time comes, and probably before that time comes, you know, I'm gonna have to seek counsel because you know, it's here.
It's some things that are traditional that we find difficult sometimes, of whether we transcend to our child or not and make it toxic or not. I just take fighting. The first time, like us growing up, you get into a fight. You know, I mean, you fight, right? You fight, black eye, whatever, walk away.
Right, you live another day.
Yeah. Now, you know, once my son got to high school, and this is like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, he got into an altercation. I found myself speaking in a manner that was not how my father talked to me. Right. Of, hey, sometimes you got to walk away. Sometimes you just, you know, have some conversation or whatever the case to be. And I was just like, man, am I making him into a punk? Am I softening him? Or is that toxic masculinity to just say, no, just go fight? You know what I'm saying? So it was difficult in that moment. So, yeah, I mean, call me, I guess, when you be in that moment. Things might be different by then, too.
So, segueing into, I went on a field trip. Okay, so my son's name is Cam. I went on a field trip with Cam and his class. And this field trip, they had an opportunity to go to a zoo. And the zoo had a playground and everything. So he and this other kid were running up to this bench, and Cam got to the bench before the other kid, and the kid pushed Cam, my son. Okay. And I just sat and watched.
Can I get some mustard? Thank you.
Need any other condiments? No? Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm good. Yeah, so I just sat and watched. I wanted to see, okay, how is Cam gonna actually handle this, you know, this conflict? Okay. And he turned around and he wailed on the kid on his chest, and the kid went crying and told the teacher.
What?
I can't lie.
Cam, you swinging on people like that's him.
Yeah, I can't lie. I felt, you know, not good that he hit the other kid, but I felt good that he defended himself, if that makes sense. Right. So I actually got up and went and spoke with the teacher, but before I could even get over to the teacher, the teacher made the other kid sit down because evidently that kid had a history of problems, and Cam has a history of just being a very nice, mild-mannered child who gets around, you know, gets along with everybody. Okay. So, you know, that was good to see him handle that, and I think that's what type of father I am. I'm gonna watch and see how you handle something. Okay. and then I'm gonna offer some correction if need be.
And I think actually that's the best style because you know you can tweak it. I guess tweak that fatherhood moment around what they've already done, whether they completely messed up or if you say, hey, yeah, you did this good, in the future add this. Even it just made me think about something we were talking about, how things having different conversations, because again, coming up, and I'm just at see how you were raised, but I know for us it was more of, you know, hey, here's a condom and go. You know what I'm saying? And then it was go sow your oats or whatever, right? And then, but once Marcus got hit teenage year and Avion, I was just kind of like, you know what? It's really not the smartest thing to do. And I'm telling them, hey, wait and save it. And I remember when my son lost his virginity, I was like, you know, my dad would have been feeling proud. I'm over there like, oh God, so you're really doing this now? Okay, so, you know. So I guess this back to the point of just how some things are different.
Yeah.
And you find yourself in a situation of just that raising and you might not even know what to say. Sometimes us as dads, we don't know what to say.
Right.
And that's when we got to kind of seek counsel. I like how you said that earlier of seeking counsel in there. I think that's important.
So my dad, when I was growing up, he was in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome dad. You know, I had one of the best dads that you could have. But with him being in the Army, there were several times he was on duty, on tour. I mean, he went to Korea.
Okay.
You know, we lived in Germany.
Oh, y'all lived in Germany?
Yeah, we lived in Germany.
Okay.
We lived in Germany. You know, he went to Korea without me and my mother. He went to California, LA. And I remember when he started asking me certain questions about what I'm doing out here in these teenage streets, I didn't feel close enough with him to tell him, you know, how things were going. I was kind of like a shy kid back then. You know, some of my friends that knew me back then to now, I joke with them about the difference. And you know, he was kind of, I remember him wanting to have those conversations, but I was immediately like rejecting it. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I was just like, wow. Like I said, awesome dad, but because of his profession, there were times that, you know, he couldn't really be there that impacted our closeness. You know, my willingness to be open with him, you know, about how it was going with the ladies and everything back then. Cam and I, we're not there yet. You know, he's 6 years old. But by the time he gets there, I'm trying to train him right now that he can tell me anything.
Wait, go there real quick. How are you fostering that environment that he can just open up to you? How are you doing that? If you just had to give a tip in that area, because that's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm letting him know. I said, man, you know I love you, right? You know you can tell me everything, right? I'm letting him know that I'm his best friend. I'm always going to be there. I'm letting him know that it's okay to make a mistake. You know, during the process of learning how to ride a bike, even when he wouldn't quite get something right, if there was glimpses of him going on the right track, you know, I would definitely congratulate him. I would definitely encourage him. Just letting him know that I'm always going to be there. You know, I can see glimpses of myself.
Good to see you, man. All right.
Take care, brother. I could see glimpses of myself in him where, you know, I've been prideful and maybe not wanting people to see my evolution and my journey and everything. And I see my son the same way. And I'm letting him know, like, no, people know that you're going to mess up. People know that you're going to make mistakes. You know, just know that I'm here. So I'm fostering that relationship right now.
Okay. Hey, and I think that's a great point, because most of us Xers and Y and baby, we were raised by the baby boomers. And that environment, I know for me, even though, again, same as you, fantastic dad, but that emotional pocket was not the most expanded area. Hearing the I love yous, even though there was food in the refrigerator, lights came on, you knew the love from dads back then from what they actually did. You was like, okay, they look like they doing for me, you know? But on the flip side, you know, I think that at least a couple of times a week, my son has heard, maybe not now because now he's more grown, but when we talk, you know, I love you, whatever case it be, but growing, I know in raising them, they heard I love you. Just something that simple. And it's funny, there was a commercial, I forgot who put it out there. It was an Asian, it was, you could see it was the grandfather, then the father, then the son, right? And basically the exer, you know, the dad was saying that he didn't hear I love you from his father a lot when he was growing up.
Right.
He was like, but the interesting part is now his father is telling the son I love you, the grandson I love you all the time. And so that was that's the same thing for me. I didn't hear it that much from my dad, but
I didn't hear it a lot.
Yeah, but you knew it.
I knew it, but I didn't hear it a lot.
But you didn't hear it a lot, and you know, and I think there was that sort of kind of like that tough man, that Ford tough generation. That's how we were built, and you know what I'm saying.
So let me tell you, I say it to my son, but let me tell you how he trained me.
Okay.
He was running up, jumping in my arms, and saying, "Daddy, I love you," and I was so used to being I love you too person, you know. I said that to everybody in my family because they said it first, I love you, and I would say I love you too. So with my son, he started jumping up and letting me know that I love you, and I was like, I cannot be a I love you too person. I gotta let him know up front, and you know, he trained me, so now you know he gets that out of me.
I like that, man. I like that. And those are some really dope moments. I remember the first time my son was, my youngest son was, he was at daycare, and so I'm coming to pick him up. And so maybe from like 20 feet away, you get the daddy, and like you see these little feet running. I'm like,
all right.
It was like a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like a moment. The first time I was like, wow, this really is cool. And he running up to you saying, Daddy, I missed you. You're like, I just saw you like a couple of hours ago. But that's cool.
I'm not sure if this is what it is, but I think with kids, we have an opportunity to see humans in their most genuine form before
the tainting.
Racism comes, before jealousy comes, before the tainting comes, before the beat downs at work come.
That's real.
We get to see how we're really supposed to be. We get to see people who don't even care about your money, people who are just excited about seeing you and what you have to offer, and your hugs, and
that's real. It's a genuine, pure love. Yeah, absolutely. Unadulterated, untainted, as you said. I think tainted would be the best way.
Yep. Your words.
Because that's what just the subcultures that can bring is just a taint. And we only got probably about two minutes left before it's done. But appreciate you stopping by just to, you know, just kind of chop it up about just fatherhood as a whole. I thank you so much for your wisdom that you shared in the book. Of course, Understanding a Man, Memoirs from a Father to His Son will be out Father's Day. You're going to continue to see us do some more Dadication videos with great gentlemen.
I love it.
Like my man Kevin. Tell them one more time where they can find you at, man.
Look, Instagram.com, KDG/23. Facebook.com, KDG/23. Actually, Instagram is KDG23. All right, but look, follow my man here. It's just so many, you know, spaces that this guy is filling. So many shoes this man is filling by helping a lot of us dads out, helping a lot of the fellas out, even the ladies understanding how men think. But I'm glad to be a part of this project where it's about dads, because we already know that dad's got to be there. So I'm happy to be one that's there, and he's definitely there.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
And I'm about to smash this sandwich.
Hey, you see what I'm doing. I'm not even, forget the camera. I'm good.
I'll let y'all later.